Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by James Wagner, the head football coach at Traverse City West. James, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Busy time of the year for you.
Absolutely, yeah, it's go time.
Yeah.
Summer, how did the summer go for you guys? And what has this week been like for you guys? I know that I know there's different things going on at each program, but what has it been like at Traverse City West? You guys off the I know it's like a modified dead period or not like it was in July, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, summer's been great. It's been busy. We've had workouts. We did workouts the last 2 weeks of June when we got out of school, Monday through Thursday in the mornings there, and then all the way through July after the dead week as well. And then throughout July, we had just kind of what we call our install camp, which, we're installing our scheme offensively and defensively. Had a couple 7-on-7s in there too. So, each school in Michigan is allowed 15 days in which they're able to um, either work on their stuff or have 7-on-7. So, we made great use of those and, had a lot of growth throughout the month of July, which was really, really beneficial for us. And then this week, truly, we give them the week off. And I think it's just a part of allowing them to continue to have a little piece of summer there before they kind of dive fully into the season, because once season starts, I mean, we're at the school a lot, and these guys are putting a lot of mileage on their legs and their bodies, and they don't really get a rest until the season's concluded. So I try to give them a little bit, that last bit of freedom there before everything kind of kicks off. So, um, yeah, central part to me in terms of these guys feeling fresh going into the season too, because once it starts, right? I mean, this is the freshest they'll feel, until the season's done too. So,
Right. So what is the outlook for Traverse City West this coming season?
question. I mean, it's honestly, you know, truthfully, there's a lot of, there's some guys coming back that have a lot of playing experience and have been on the field a lot, and then there's going to be some new, fresh, experienced guys in there that have not ever seen the down of varsity football, and so um, we're just going to take it one day at a time, one week at a time, and see where the cards fall. And our schedule is no joke. We play some very tough teams, and I think that's a benefit to us as we continue to try and push our program more and more to be competing for district championships. We start out with Howell and play a tough Grand Haven team and a tough Grand Blanc team as well. And two of those teams are ranked in the top 10 in Division One. And, we have another team, Midland, I think, is ranked in the top 10 of Division Two. And so there's just there's a lot of tough competition and not a lot of room for error for us. And we got to be at our best going into each and every game. And yeah, we're gonna do our best to be able to make sure that the kids that are ready for the challenge are getting the ball and being able to execute plays when they can.
Absolutely. All right, let's go through some of the players and some of the returners that are going to be back for you guys.
Yeah. So I think, easy place to start is with Drew Esper, who it's now a 3-year starter at the varsity level, and he was an all-state player for us last year. And at the linebacker position, he really was an all-state player in terms of the athlete slot is what he got voted in as, which I think fits him. He does everything for us. I mean, um, he's a linebacker, he's a safety, he's a punt returner, he's a kick returner, he's a receiver, he's a running back. I mean, I feel like we could put him anywhere and he'd be pretty darn good. So he'll be returning, and it'll be fun to have one more go around with him. And then Jackson Gallagher is a known name for us that's going to be returning as well. He was an all region defensive lineman who I think he had 53 tackles as a defensive lineman and 8 sacks, which I think was top 10 in the state at the end of the regular season. So, he's just a special player who he probably is undersized as a defensive lineman, but he's so fast with his get offs, and he's so fast with how he's able to knife between gaps that he's tough to block. And so he'll definitely be somebody to keep your eyes out for. And then good to me that's pretty special is Owen Wolford. And Owen was kind of behind some really good linebackers for us last year. Definitely saw some playing time in different packages that we had. But Owen is a really good linebacker who can play downhill very well. He sees the box very well and he makes the right fits where he's supposed to. And he's just overall a great young man who, yeah, he's a playmaker on defense, and he'll definitely be somebody that will continue to make plays on offense too. But I see him primarily as a defensive guy who will be shining. Now I think Cam Mink as well as somebody to keep your eyes on. Who is a senior running back that's returning. He's kind of split reps last year with a senior running back that we had, and he kind of started to get more and more reps as the season went on, and I think he's ready for a big load this year. And he's got some talented guys to give him breathers in the backfield this year as well to keep him fresh. So I think those four guys are really going to be dudes that make plays for us consistently this year, which will be fun to watch.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about some of the kids. Now let's talk about the upcoming schedule. You kind of mentioned it, of course, starting off on the August 28th, home
Yeah.
against Howell to open up the season. September 5th, home against Grand Haven. September 12th at Bay City Central. September 19th at Grand Blanc. September 26th, home against Midland. October 3rd, home against Midland Dow. October 10th at Mount Pleasant. October 17th at Bay City Western, and finishing out the regular season October 24th, home against Traverse City Central. So, pretty competitive schedule, pretty good schedule for you guys. And
Yeah.
let's, and some really good non-conference opponents as well, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, every week is it's no joke. I mean, it's it's going to be competitive from game one, and I think the key for us is can we stay healthy? Can we stay healthy through a gauntlet of a schedule and keep our guys available each week? I think one of the things that we say is your best asset is your availability, and being able to be available week to week is going to be a huge thing for our team. So, um, yeah, I think Howell's going to be tough. They're obviously coming off a historic season themselves at 11-0, and they're going to be building off of that momentum that they had and looking for vengeance as they got knocked out of the playoffs by Hudsonville there. They're on a quest to get back right back where they were. And then Grand Haven's got, it's always going to be competitive between us. They've got two kids that are unbelievable athletes in their running back, and they're both of those guys are top 10, I believe, in the 60-meter dash and track. So, I mean, they've got some athletes. Bay City Central is always going to be tough when you're on the road playing in that environment. And they're getting better and better each year. Got a lot of respect for what he's doing over there. Grand Blanc, obviously one of the biggest schools in the state, with a third year quarterback coming back, who's an all-around athlete. I mean, he's unbelievable player to watch, and they have a lot of great things going. They have a class that's up and coming that's pretty phenomenal. They'll have two running backs that are going to be probably Division I players themselves, and so they're going to be very, very tough. Midland is obviously coming off a conference winning um, season, and they're returning some of their guys, and they're going to build off of their momentum. Midland Dow has an up and coming quarterback that was a second team all conference kid as a sophomore last year, and he's only going to get better and better as they go. Um, and then as we get into Mount Pleasant, they had a down the year last year, and I know McIntyre is always going to have their team bounce back and be ready to go. And then you go back to Bay City to play in an environment down there late in the year on a grass field, which at that point you have no idea what the conditions are going to be like. And then you go and finish it out with Traverse City Central or a rival, in which in any game with a rivalry game, who knows what happens? I mean, those games are always unpredictable, and you just try to weather the storms of those things and try and see who comes out on top.
Absolutely. So when practice starts Monday, what are the next few weeks going to look like for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, so we do a fun first couple of days of camp, and we stay at the school and kind of make that our home for a couple of days, and do some team bonding and activities that are fun and engaging for ninth through 12th grade, and then after that, it's just practice. I mean, just being able to get better at our stuff and start, repping against defenses that we're going to see, start repping against offenses that we're going to see, and just trying to get better at our playbook and at our schemes. I mean, unique time in the year to be able to do that and make sure that we're executing on all cylinders. You got to work out the kinks the best that you can going into week one, because again, like we talked, we don't have a lot of room for error. So, um, yeah, it's going to be very intense in terms of making sure that we're focusing on the details and making sure that we're executing at all levels.
All right. Well, James, thanks so much for the time as always, and best of luck this season.
Appreciate it, Casey. Appreciate all you do, man.